Hey Spurs fans, welcome back to another update on our San Antonio Spurs. Before we jump into today's breaking news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And here's something special for you. Everyone who subscribes and leaves a comment with their name and the city they're watching for will automatically be entered into our giveaway to win an official San Antonio Spurs jersey. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and comment your name and city below. Stay tuned, because the next Spurs fan wearing the jersey could be you. The arena felt like a pressure cooker from the opening tip. Lights glaring, breath held, a hush that promised a storm. San Antonio had seen this movie before. A commanding cushion against Minnesota, then a slow bleed. What no one expected was the way the night would twist. Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards trading haymakers, a scoreboard wobbling under the weight of momentum swings, and a finish so chaotic it felt scripted by fate. San Antonio's early plan was ruthless and simple. Attack the interior with Rudy Gobert sidelined by a bruised hip. Drives carved lanes, bodies collided, and the paint became a runway. Yet both sides sputtered, the score crawling, the rhythm elusive. Minnesota nudged ahead, and that flicker of danger snapped Keldon Johnson awake. 7 straight points. A burst of defiance that steadied the Spurs before a late Wolves flurry nudged them in front. The second quarter detonated. Wembanyama stepped into the offense like a conductor, and suddenly the floor widened. Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle splashed from deep, spacing snapped into place, and Luke Kornet feasted on consecutive lobs that felt like exclamation points. Then Wembanyama turned the rim into a target and the arc into a stage. 4 straight triples, a stretch that felt inevitable and impossible at once. San Antonio poured in their most explosive quarter of the season, a barrage of 8 threes and a tidal wave of 48 points that sent them to halftime with a cushion that looked bulletproof. It wasn't. The third quarter opened with Minnesota's resolve and San Antonio's complacency colliding. Turnovers multiplied, transition defense frayed, and a French rookie named Joan Beringer sparked a run that cut through the lead like wire. The Wolves didn't sprint. They stalked, possession by possession, forcing San Antonio into rushed decisions and loose execution. The building tightened. The bench tightened. The narrative tightened. Anthony Edwards detonated in the final frame. He hunted matchups, rose into jumpers, and turned the arc into a weapon. 26 points in one quarter is not a scoring run. It's a takeover. When his mid-range pulled Minnesota ahead late, the air shifted. San Antonio had seen this collapse before. The question was whether they had learned anything. Wembanyama answered with poise and venom. A jumper to match Edwards. A 3 to match again. A steal that flipped possession and a trip to the stripe after a frustrated shove. He didn't just score. He imposed rhythm, slowed panic, and forced Minnesota to react. The duel became a mirror, one star daring the other to blink. Chaos crept in. A timeout turned into a technical on Chris Finch. A free throw clanged, and Edwards buried another deep shot that felt like a dagger. De'Aaron Fox, steady as a metronome, sank his free throws. San Antonio chose to foul Edwards to deny the 3, an unpopular decision that made tactical sense in the moment. He split when Wembanyama vacuumed the rebound, and then the script twisted again. Julian Champagny, typically reliable, missed both. The building groaned. Wembanyama seized the offensive board, hit the first, and then made a baffling choice, intentionally missing the second with a chance to push the lead to 4 and freeze the clock. The lane violation that followed handed Minnesota a lifeline. Edwards' heave from midcourt sailed wide, and the horn finally delivered mercy. San Antonio survived 126 to 123. The officiating subplot matched the night's volatility. A third-quarter challenge on a Castle drive spiraled into confusion. An explanation about illegal contact with the ball that sounded like a block, an inbound that contradicted free throws, and a correction that restored order. It was a reminder that even the rulebook can wobble under pressure. Wembanyama's line, 39 points, 9 rebounds, tells only part of the story. He authored 2 crescendos, the avalanche that built the lead and the composure that reclaimed it. Fox threaded the night with control, 25 points and 12 assists, proof that he and Wembanyama can share the stage without dimming each other's light. Johnson's 20 off the bench culminated in the shot that mattered most, a corner three that felt like a verdict. The pattern is undeniable. San Antonio can build a mountain and then forget how to breathe at altitude. That's not just a tactical flaw, it's an identity question. Late-game decision-making, rotation trust, and composure under pressure are not luxuries. They're prerequisites for a team that wants to matter in spring. Minnesota's resilience deserves its own headline. Without Gobert, they leaned on pace, pressure, and Edwards' audacity. Behringer's spark hinted at depth, and the Wolves' ability to turn defense into instant offense exposed San Antonio's soft spots: ball security, floor balance, and transition urgency. The final minutes will be studied in film rooms and debated in locker rooms. The intentional foul on Edwards worked. The missed free throws did not. The intentional miss did not. The lane violation cannot happen. These are teachable moments, but they're also fault lines, places where habits either harden or crack. Beyond the box score, the night offered character snapshots. Wembanyama's refusal to fold. Fox's steadiness when the floor tilted. Johnson's timing. Champagne's stumble and the team's response. Even Carter Bryant, who didn't attempt a dunk and still found a way to matter with relentless offensive rebounding, reminded everyone that hustle is a currency that spends in any economy. The Spurs' ceiling is visible when the ball moves, the spacing holds, and the defense sets the terms. Their floor appears when possessions get rushed, the glass goes unboxed, and the pace belongs to the opponent. Bridging that gap is the work, habits, rotations, accountability, and a late-game plan that doesn't rely on heroics to erase preventable mistakes. For now, the headline is survival. The subhead is warning. San Antonio escaped because their star refused to let the night become a rerun. If they want to turn survival into momentum, the next step is obvious. Protect leads, value possessions, and make the simple choice when the complex one tempts. And yet, there's a thrill in the chaos. The duel, the swings, the noise. This is why arenas fill and hearts race. The Spurs didn't just win. They revealed who they are under stress. If they can turn that revelation into resolve, the next time a lead swells, the ending might feel less like a cliff and more like a summit. Before we go on, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Your support keeps our Spurs coverage strong and brings you the latest updates straight from San Antonio. And jump into the comments. Tell us what you think about today's news. The video begins with a dramatic pause, the kind of silence that makes viewers lean forward, waiting for the revelation. The camera pans across the press room, flashes erupt, and then the headline appears in bold letters. The San Antonio Spurs shock the NBA and announce the arrival of a Boston Celtics star. Gasps ripple through the crowd, and the footage cuts to fans in San Antonio celebrating wildly, their disbelief quickly turning into jubilation as the news spreads across the basketball world. The announcement has sent shockwaves through the league. The Spurs, a franchise known for its calculated moves and long-term vision, have pulled off one of the most surprising acquisitions in recent memory. By securing a star from the Celtics, they have not only altered their own trajectory, but also disrupted the balance of power in the Eastern Conference. For Spurs fans, the moment feels surreal. The team has been steadily rebuilding, focusing on young talent and development, but this move signals a bold new chapter. The excitement in San Antonio is palpable, with supporters flooding social media and downtown streets to celebrate the unexpected coup. The video clip of the Celtics star arriving in San Antonio shows him stepping off a plane, greeted by a sea of fans waving Spurs flags. His smile is calm, but the energy around him is electric. The chants of his name reverberate through the crowd, creating an atmosphere more akin to a playoff victory than a routine signing. Inside the Spurs organization, the mood is euphoric. Executives and coaches have long admired the player's game, and securing his signature is seen as a masterstroke. The front office believes his presence will accelerate the team's rise from promising contender to legitimate powerhouse in the Western Conference. Analysts are quick to frame the signing as one of the most impactful moves of the season. The Celtics star's ability to dominate offensively while also contributing defensively makes him a rare commodity. His fit alongside San Antonio's young core could create one of the most dynamic lineups in the league. The timing of his signing adds to the drama. San Antonio has been on the cusp of breaking through, with fans hungry for a return to championship contention. Bringing in a proven star at this moment feels like the missing piece, a declaration that the Spurs are ready to challenge the NBA's elite. Fans are divided only in their level of excitement. Some see the acquisition as the cornerstone of a new era, while others believe his arrival will elevate the entire roster. The consensus, however, is clear. San Antonio has made a move that could redefine its future. National media outlets have seized upon the story, framing it as a turning point for the Spurs. Headlines scream of a franchise reborn, and talk shows dedicate entire segments to analyzing the impact of the Celtics star's arrival. The narrative is irresistible, a small market team making a bold move to capture the spotlight. Internationally, the news has sparked intrigue among basketball fans who follow the NBA from afar. The Celtics star's reputation resonates globally, and his move to San Antonio is seen as a chance to showcase his talents on an even larger stage. The global reach of the NBA ensures that the signing is being discussed far beyond American borders. Economically, the ripple effects are already visible. Merchandise sales featuring the star's name and number have surged, and ticket demand for Spurs games has skyrocketed. Local businesses are capitalizing on the excitement, offering promotions tied to his arrival, while broadcasters are promoting upcoming games as must-watch events. Within the Spurs locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly buzzing with anticipation. Teammates are eager to play alongside the new arrival, recognizing the impact his presence will have on their own games. The chemistry between him and the team's young stars is already being imagined by fans and analysts alike. The broader NBA community is buzzing with speculation about how San Antonio will fare with its revamped lineup. Will the team immediately rise to contender status, or will it take time to integrate the new pieces? The uncertainty adds another layer of intrigue, ensuring that the story remains a headline for weeks to come. For the Spurs coaching staff, the challenge is clear: maximize the stars' talents while maintaining the development of their young core. His versatility offers countless strategic options, and the coaching staff is already envisioning new offensive and defensive schemes built around his unique skill set. The cultural impact of the signing is significant. In San Antonio, the move has already become a symbol of ambition and hope. Fans are rallying around the idea that the Spurs are no longer just rebuilding. They are aiming for greatness. The city's sports identity feels revitalized, and the community is united in anticipation. Media coverage continues to intensify, with round-the-clock analysis dissecting every angle of the story. From contract details to locker room dynamics, no aspect is left unexplored. The narrative evolves rapidly, keeping readers and viewers eager for the next revelation. As the dust settles, one truth becomes clear: the signing is more than a transaction. It is a turning point. The Spurs must now navigate the delicate balance of integrating a star while preserving the momentum of their young roster. The video that began with shock and disbelief has now transformed into a rallying cry. Fans, players, and analysts alike are united in anticipation, waiting to see how the San Antonio Spurs will respond to this seismic shift. The story is far from over, and every development promises to keep audiences on edge. In the end, the Celtics stars' decision to join the Spurs is not just about one player. It is about the unpredictable nature of sports, the fragility of success, and the relentless drama that makes the NBA one of the most captivating leagues in the world. San Antonio's next move will define not only their season but their legacy, and the world is watching with bated breath. The signing has ignited a firestorm of excitement, and the Spurs faithful believe this is the dawn of a new era. The journey ahead will be filled with challenges, triumphs, and unforgettable moments. But one thing is certain: San Antonio has made a statement, and the NBA will never be the same. The shockwaves of the San Antonio Spurs announcing the arrival of the Boston Celtics star have not subsided, and the NBA community continues to buzz with reactions. Local media in San Antonio described the atmosphere as euphoric, noting that fans are still celebrating the franchise's bold move days after the announcement. The city has embraced the new star as a symbol of ambition, and the excitement has spilled into every corner of the community. National sports networks have framed the signing as one of the most impactful moves of the season. Analysts argue that the Celtics star's explosive style of play could redefine the Spurs' offensive identity, giving them a weapon capable of changing the momentum of games in an instant. The narrative has shifted from San Antonio being a team in transition to one that could suddenly become a legitimate contender. Former players and coaches have weighed in, many praising the Spurs for their aggressive pursuit of the Celtic star. They highlight the importance of adding a proven playmaker to the roster, noting that his versatility as both a scorer and leader makes him a rare commodity. Some caution that chemistry will take time to develop, but most agree that San Antonio has significantly raised its ceiling. Internationally, the news has resonated as well. Fans across Europe and Asia are celebrating the move, seeing it as a chance for San Antonio to showcase its ambition on a global stage. The NBA's reach ensures that the signing is being discussed far beyond American borders, adding to its significance. Economically, the impact has been immediate. Merchandise sales featuring the Celtics star's name and number have surged, and ticket demand for Spurs games has skyrocketed. Local businesses are capitalizing on the excitement, offering promotions tied to his arrival, while broadcasters are promoting upcoming games as must-watch events. Within the Spurs locker room, the mood is reportedly buoyant. Teammates are eager to welcome the new arrival, recognizing the impact his presence will have on their own games. The chemistry between him and the team's young core is already being imagined by fans and analysts alike, fueling optimism about the future. The broader NBA community is buzzing with speculation about how San Antonio will fare with the Celtic star in the lineup. Will the team immediately rise to contender status, or will it take time to integrate him fully? The uncertainty adds another layer of intrigue, ensuring that the story remains a headline for weeks to come. For the Spurs coaching staff, the challenge is clear: maximize the star's talents while maintaining the development of their young roster. His versatility offers countless strategic options, and the coaching staff is already envisioning new offensive schemes built around his unique skill set. The anticipation of seeing these plans unfold keeps fans and analysts on edge. Ultimately, the repercussions of the Celtics star's signing extend beyond a single season. It has become a narrative about ambition, vision, and the power of bold decision-making in professional sports. As fans, analysts, and players continue to react, one truth remains clear: the San Antonio Spurs' stunning move has not only energized their franchise, but has also reshaped the NBA landscape in ways that will be felt for years to come. That's it for today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of every exclusive San Antonio Spurs news drop, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. And don't forget, your opinion matters to Spurs Nation. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.